So next up, we've got Victor. Now, I know this track as Cannon Fodder because when we first started playing it, that's what it was called. But it's changed for some reason to Victor. Why is that?
You know more about the reason for that, don't you?
Yeah, so this was one of the first tunes that we really picked, actually. I think we had a little WhatsApp group that Mr. Ellis was part of, you were part of, and Tom and Gaz and James. And I think I knew this one from playing it in Nigel. This was often like we would open the gig with this one, at least when I first started doing Nigel, we did it quite a lot. And it was always a real swinger of a chart, and it was something that I thought the band would sound great playing. So I remember putting it took me ages to find it on YouTube, and it was because it was listed under the title Victor, even though it was called Cannon Fodder with Nigel.
It was written for Nigel then?
No, I think, I'm not 100% sure. I think Alan Ganley would list some of his compositions under different titles.
Okay.
So whenever he recorded it with his own band, he called it Victor. But the version that I knew from Nigel was Cannon Fodder.
Right.
So yeah, I think it was you dug it out on YouTube. You found a version of it.
Well, he's playing it as a tribute concert
with Derek Watkins,
with Derek and Simon Gardner and
Mark Nightingale, loads of fantastic UK jazz musicians, and I think John loved it straight away. Right? It was it was one that
it's proper right up Dad Street. That, it's a great. I mean, that's why it bookends all the episodes to this podcast. It's just a great. It starts and finishes the same way. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it's such an exciting piece, isn't it?
Well, like you used the term barnstormer.
Yeah.
Was it barnstormer?
Yeah.
I think that probably fits with this because it's quite. Actually, no. There's a small section in the middle where it's is it Jacob's solo and it's just trombone and guitar or maybe bass and guitar or something like that. That's the only sort of like where it sort of calms down a little bit and then it's back to.
But we sort of added that, because I think the arrangement that we got from Bill Ashton, who obviously has been a long-term friend of the association.
We had a lot of music from Bill over the years, definitely.
Yeah, and has been a good proper supporter, and I know a lot of Nigel alumni have gone into Nigel and played. The version that we got from Bill, and as I remember recording it, it was quite different in terms of solos. We would there was like trumpet trading, I think, and then there was saxophone trading, and Al, I remember, he was directing this piece, and he'd listened to the original version and quite liked the how the solos worked on Alan Ganley's version, which was having a bass solo in the middle and having opening up the baritone solo and the trumpet solo.
It was Sean that did the bass solo, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So I remember having a long phone call with Al, and between us we sort of pieced it together, like the version that we had, and put some repeats in, bracketed some stuff out, and we managed to work it out so that we could feature a couple more soloists and give each solo a bit more of a different flavour.
Yeah, it's a great track. Some of the tracks that we did on the album, we haven't done much since, because we've done about probably 3 or 4 concerts since the album came out, and some of them haven't kind of made it into our set for this year, but that one is in every single gig. And I think partly because we all love playing, it's such a great opener. Like obviously you mentioned it, opening the second set with it. Was it the second set with Nigel or something? Yeah. Or this first set. It opens the second set of the album, if you like.
Exactly.
It's like we've had a break and it's in between the eyes sort of thing. But like you said, it opens it up for solos. And for me personally, like, it was so nice to have Dean back on Barry, because we've not seen him for ages because he's been busy with the army and stuff. But he's on all the older CDs as well. So personally, for me, it's just nice having my old mate back in the section and then doing like a
plays a great solo.
It's really lyrical, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's really nice.
Well, I mean, I would say honourable mention as well to Jacob Cooper on that, who I remember he hadn't really had that much to do. He kind of was in the studio quite a lot, and he was sort of just ready to play at any point. I think, like I said, a bit of the schedule sort of went out the window on the day just because of the nature of the studio sessions. And I remember he was just sort of ready to play on that one if needed, and he dove in. And
so he didn't know he was getting a solo?
I don't think so, no, not on that one, but he just, that's the first take that he did.
Is it?
Yeah, and
Brilliant.
that immediately is one of my favourite solos on the album. It's just, incredible. So, and that was the last piece we recorded on the whole day.
Yeah.
On the second day.
Yeah.
So, that put that in context a bit more. There's fiery, lead trumpet.
Trumpet stuff.
That's Tom and Damien, both of them
Tom.
doing those. And at
all
the end
that
of
practice at that French campsite paid off.
he put his screamer mouthpiece in it.
No, it's a great track. Whether it's called Victor or who is Victor anyway?
Victor Feldman. So I think it was, Victor Feldman was who it was initially written for, and then Cannon Fodder for Cannonball Adderley.
Right. I didn't know that.
So there you go.
Yeah. So that's Victor. That's track 1 of the second part of our album, 50 Years.
Or if you want the vinyl copy.
Oh, is it different on the vinyl?
Oh, look at that.
It opens up the second disc.
Nice little
available
plug.
at all good bookshops.
What track is it on
Waterstones.
the vinyl?
It's LP2.
Yes.
Track 1.
Do you remember checking through the, when we got the print of what the vinyl and the CDs was look like? Do you remember double, triple, quadruple checking making sure we had the right tracks on the right? Because there's 4 sides basically with it.
Have you seen the mistake?
What no, shut up.
Yeah.
Don't tell me
that was a fine tooth comb, that one.
Yeah. But again, all part of putting this project together. But yeah, that's Victor. We'll wrap that one up and move straight on to the next one.